guys, today's video is kind of just a mashup of random stops that I have made over the last, I would say, 5 weeks. So a lot of this stuff has already sold. Some of it I still have not listed. Because I've been sick, I have not been sourcing. So I made the Cleveland video, and then I went to one estate sale between Cleveland, and then I left to Toledo last Friday and ended up getting sick on Friday again. I haven't been out of the house very much since before Christmas. I got home from Cleveland on, I don't remember the exact date. I want to say it was the 12th because I got sick on Friday the 13th. So I've been sick for quite a while. So I've not been out of the house very much at all. So I don't have too much content. So I thought I would throw something together for you guys. These are just like little clips that haven't made it into a video. So this stop was before Christmas, and anytime you see IKEA, you always look it up. So this is what the comps were looking like, but the fact that I had two, I knew that I could sell these pretty quickly. Now I priced mine at $90 and I was running a 15% off sale, but I ended up taking an offer of $68.84. Now my listing that shows up in the 90 days sold is the one in the top left-hand corner. And you notice how that is super incorrect. And the reason why I take offers and make sure my cost of goods is as low as possible. The eBay research tool is the only way to see an actual sold price. And who has time to look up every single item that way? I sure don't. And my buyer paid so much in shipping because they're in Arizona. I live in Michigan. They wanted this priority mail. And these lamps are so difficult to put together. There was no way I was going to take this apart and ship it that way, so these shipped put together.
So this is all that I found. The store I usually don't find too much. It's a smaller store. Sometimes I just skip it, and I shouldn't. I have found a couple like crazy finds here before, but they're very few and far between. So I think that's all I'm going to pick up and then head to the next store. Okay, you guys, I just walked in and I know this is Ralph Lauren. I just can't think of the pattern.
When I'm unsure of a Ralph Lauren pattern, what I usually do is I'll use Google Image and see if I can get something to pop up. Usually I can, and on this one I lucked out. This one is called Cocoa Palms.
$2.99.
And that $2.99 is for 2 European shams.
I'll have to Google Image it because I cannot think of the pattern name. They feel like linen too.
If you want to learn more about Ralph Lauren bedding, I do have a YouTube video dedicated to nothing but Ralph Lauren bedding. There are some patterns that the comforters will sell for way over $300. I've been selling Ralph Lauren bedding on eBay for over 20 years, so I can pretty much spot it on the rack. But you can tell a difference in the quality of Ralph Lauren bedding compared to other items. When it comes to bedding, I thrift with my hands a lot. I'll touch a lot of these items just to see if they feel like a higher quality.
They have the bed skirt for $3.99. I have to look this up. I'm just going to throw all of it into my cart, whatever else I find. Hopefully we find some more pieces. I gotta go look through those other two over there. Let's go look at those racks. Is that the... No, that's not the throw pillow. That is not Ralph Lauren.
Now, the only sold comp I could find for the bed skirt is for this brand new one, which sold for $85 with free shipping. Now, I've listed the shams because they were easy to take pictures of and list, but I have not listed the bed skirt. That will go up for $40 or best offer.
I am freezing. I thought I'd be okay to like do my millennial ankles out thing, and it is cold. That's what happens when you live in Michigan and it's going to be 41 for the day. You think that's warm, and it's not. I'm cold.
It took me a couple days to get these listed, but when I did, they sold overnight. So I always promote my items for the most part, but I usually give them 2 weeks to sell on their own, and I accidentally promoted everything
And so these ended up getting promoted, so I paid a little extra in fees on these when they sold. Normally on an item like that, I would never promote it because I know it will sell on its own. So that's how I do my promotions. When I do promote, it's at 3%. Anything that has like 100% sell-through rate or that I know will sell on its own, I never promote it. Okay guys, I just found the date on these, and where was it? Right there. 1990. So we're gonna head and pick these up. They're $3.99 and half off, so $2. And I'll throw up comps. If you don't know about vintage Depends and that kind of stuff, they sell for good money. Top comp is for a pack. The bottom comp is for a single Depends. And I'm sure if you Google it, you will find out why. I'm just here to find the items and put them on the market for people to purchase. I'm a judgment-free zone. You purchase and pay, and I ship your item, and we're both happy. I don't know about these ones, but definitely going to sell for more than $2. I'd say $20 at the very least. Okay, guys, today is like testing my no shame reseller skills. So I have the vintage Depends from 1990, and I have a vintage jock strap from 2004, I think it was. And comps were looking like 30 on this. So yeah.
Some more salsa. Mom, so when she's gone, it'll have the boys come over.
So it's half off day at this estate sale. I ended up paying $1.50 for those 3 vintage Bath & Body Works products, and I put those in my whatnot, and they sold for $20. I snatched up these Dove refreshers so fast that I didn't even show you guys on camera. Now, just from the packaging, I assume these are older and discontinued, and I think I'm correct because I could find no comps on these. I just made up my own price, and this is my listing. Okay, guys, this is the same day, just a different estate sale. That was everything that I picked up at the other sale. And then this one, I'm going to take a picture of this flatware and see if I can find the exact name of the pattern. And I do that on replacements.com. And I noticed that there's a lot of knives, not too many forks or spoons, and I end up comping it out. It's not the best pattern, so I left that one behind. Remember, if a set is heavy in knives, it's not going to sell very quick. You want something that has forks and spoons, especially forks. Now, this is another weekend and a totally different sale than the clip before. So this house was really old. It was packed. It was a hoarder's house. This was the 4th weekend in a row that they have had a sale here. What they do is they just keep pulling stuff from a huge storage unit that they have. And every weekend they have new items. And for some reason, this is the first time I've seen the listing for this sale. And this is a make a pile sale. This is not a sale where majority of the items are priced. I was so hoping these were going to be full, but they are all empty. But I went ahead and picked up 2 of them. And look at this amazing catch right here. Amazing reflexes. 10 out of 10. It's like dead silent in this house, so I didn't want to talk to myself. But I picked up both of those bottles, and this is a Crabtree and Evelyn. Too bad I can't put this on eBay because I guarantee this would have sold already. But it's on Mercari because it's half full. Mine has a little less than this one, so I believe I listed mine for somewhere around 50 or 55. Now, I don't show it all on camera, but I did dig through all of these little boxes and any of the baskets underneath the table. I just didn't really find too much. I was hoping to find a whole bunch of perfumes since those Ralph Lauren bottles were in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure this one was Avon. So any Avon perfumes, for the most part, I always put them back. Now, I did pick this one up. It is new. eBay took it down yesterday, saying that I couldn't sell used cosmetics. So I have to contact eBay about that one. Their AI thing that takes down listings has gone like haywire over the last, I'd say, 2 months. And they have pulled quite a few of my listings that are not violating any listing policies. And I have to reach out to them almost, I'd say, weekly. I forgot my IKEA bag in the car, and I was able to find the noisiest plastic bag of all time to carry my perfumes around in. I can't tell you how often I do that. I'll have all of my bags in the trunk, I'm totally ready to go, and then I get into the estate sale and I don't have a bag with me. My hope for every estate sale is to find a huge vintage Barbie lot with a #1 ponytail Barbie, all her original clothing from 1959, and then a ton of Barbie furniture. But it just hasn't happened yet. I'm manifesting it for 2025. I am going to find that amazing Barbie lot at an estate sale for dirt cheap. I had a feeling I was going to find something like that at this home just because everything is old in here, but that was not the case. I did not find any Barbies, unfortunately. But you guys, if I had an antique booth, I would be all over most of the stuff at this home. They actually called me last month. I had filled out some paperwork last year. They had a booth available, but I have just a overwhelmingly full plate right now between reselling and social media. I felt like that just would not be a good move for me right now. I looked up this little Taco Bell fire chief hat, and they weren't selling for very much, and they had a super low sell-through rate. So that was a no.
Okay, guys, I'm definitely grabbing this. It's $3.99. Solds are looking really good. So I picked that one up, and then there's another one back here. They're both new. So I'm grabbing both of those, and then I noticed this soap. This is old. They want $3.99 for it though, so I'm gonna have to look that one up to see if it's worth it or not. I don't know if I want to pay that much for it.
So that is a really good discontinued scent. If that would have been a lotion, I definitely would have picked it up, but because it was just that bar of soap, it wasn't worth picking up to resell. Okay, and we moved on to an entirely different day. This is still before Christmas. Christmas is one of those categories where something can look like complete junk and it sells for quite a bit of money. I always feel like I'm leaving stuff behind when I look through Christmas items.
Okay, guys, this is what I have found. A Woolrich stocking for $2.99. I need to look that up. And then this Avon Christmas countdown for $1.99 with no mouse. Initially, this item sold overnight for a little bit cheaper than what it was worth. I didn't realize that my sale was set up that anything I listed was going to be included in my sale. My buyer requested to cancel for some BS reason. I agreed, upped the price, relisted, and it sold overnight. I felt like $5.99 was a little high for this Coco Motion, and it was a little dirty, and you guys, I'm just not the type of reseller who wants to clean stuff. Like, look at that handle. That doesn't sound fun to me. The more time I spend cleaning something, the less money I actually make on it. This is my favorite Krups blender. Guaranteed sale. I can sell just the bowl part of this for usually around $40, between $30 and $40. So I never test these ones out to see if they work or not. And yes, in 2025, this is the category that I do want to eliminate. I don't want to sell small kitchen appliances anymore. Oddly enough, I was in the top 5% of sellers on eBay in 2024 in that category. But I don't like shipping, I don't like listing, I don't like cleaning, and they take up a lot of room when you store them. My plan is to replace that category with something else that I can sell on a normal basis. Okay guys, I just looked up this CoverGirl eyeshadow, Forever Fig. It's $1.99 and they're selling for like $25 free shipping, so like $20. So I'm gonna grab all of those. And then I'm going to look this Swiss chocolate up as well, but I think I may end up, there's only 2 Swiss chocolates and the rest are the Forever Fig. So I'm going to pick up 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 of the Forever Figs. And then I'll look up the other ones as well. Okay guys, I think I'm going to pick up this lamp. It's only $7.99. And comps look really good. I don't know if this is the same lamp that I see in the comps, but this Goodwill does allow returns. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just grab it. See what happens. Especially for only $7.99.
Okay guys, now we are fast forwarding to this past Friday, the 3rd of January. This is the first item that I found. I'm 4 stops into making my way slowly to Toledo. I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to be able to get away from selling the small kitchen appliances in 2025 because I refuse to pass up profits like this. So this one, I know just the cord, if this does not work, will sell for $40. Oddly enough, the cord and the pan together are selling for like $43. I'm going to price mine higher than that. I'm going to go $80 for mine. There is a small crack in the handle, but these are highly sought after, vintage, not made anymore. So there is a really small market of these available. I really struck out on this trip. Usually I do really good in the 2 areas that I went to. I went to Adrian, Michigan and Jackson, Michigan. And I frequent those areas maybe twice a year. And every time I go, I do very, very well. This trip was quite the opposite. My trunk is pretty empty at this point.
I just don't have the room in the car or I would pick this up. It's $20 for the whole filter queen. Maybe if they're open on the way home, I'll grab it because I'll have one less child in the car.
I totally could have made room for that, but I think I was more hesitant because I didn't want to ship it. Some of this stuff had price tags on it and others didn't. I ended up digging through all these little bins and I made a nice little pile. When I went to go check out, the cashier said, how about we just do $2 for everything, which sounded good to me. And I purchased all of these little body washes. I plan to put them in a lot together. And then I ended up buying toothbrushes too because I just had a feeling that my daughters forgot their toothbrushes, and it's a good thing I did because they both forgot their toothbrush.
There was a bunch of these travel size matrix shampoos and conditioners. I looked those up as well, especially because there were quite a few of them. So if you can find a bunch of little travel size items like that and make a good size lot out of them, usually they'll sell for well over $20. But those were not selling at all. I think it was the Matrix Defy Damage. And then this bar of soap I'm going to throw with the body washes that I already have up on that shelf. I ended up calling it a day after this stop. I hit some really good home runs here, and I was just striking out this day, and thrifting just wasn't fun because I was losing. So I decided to end the day on a win. So let me show you guys what I find at this store. I met 3 followers in this store. I love meeting followers. If you see me, come say hi. But you guys, I taught you better than this. I should not come into your town, buy stuff that is half off, and make a couple hundred from your local thrift store. All of these beauty products that I pick up on this shelf were half off. They were the white tag, which means they've been in this store for quite a while. So make sure you're looking up beauty products. Don't just assume something isn't gonna sell. This design line was not half off. That was the only one that wasn't half off. Those are by Regis, but the other 2 items, those are Surface. That's the brand, and those are salon brands. So Surface is definitely something you want to look up if you see it. I went over to the case and I found this bottle of Estee Lauder for $74.99, which is very expensive at a thrift store. After looking up comps, I figured I would be able to get around $200 for this perfume. I listed it that night at the hotel and it sold Monday morning for $225.
Big bottle though.
Hey guys, so today is the first day that I'm starting to feel human again. I think my antibiotics and steroids are like kicking in. I can tell like I'm going to start feeling better. I'm still not feeling the best, but definitely better than I was yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. So I will definitely have some great content for you guys. I am going to be hitting the thrift stores hard, estate sales hard for the next couple of weeks, just because I am, like, my shelves are getting bare, which is a good thing. I'm getting rid of items that I don't want to sell anymore. I'm really heading towards trying to niche down. I've never really niched down before, but the discontinued products have really made a huge difference in my income over the last, I say 2 years, since I've really been focusing in on those. So that is like my main focus right now. I do have some other things in the works. I do have a podcast I will be coming out with next week. I think I'm either going to put out 2 or 3 episodes right away instead of putting out only 1 episode for you guys. Just, I want to introduce myself, which I don't think I've ever done. A few short videos, but no like long format video or no long explanation. So just an introduction, and then I'll jump into the podcast, get into the meat and potatoes of it all and what the podcast is going to be about, which it's all going to be reselling, highly focused on eBay, but I'm also going to talk about all the other platforms that I sell on, anything that's going on with the platforms, anything that's changing. So it'll just be like an informative podcast. I'll talk about any eBay woes that I have going on or any great things that I have going on as well. And what helps out is you guys are so interactive. I have so many people who comment, who ask me questions. A really interactive group of followers, so it helps a lot. So I know what kind of issues people are having. I see a lot of repeat questions, so those are things that I will cover in the podcast. I'm super nervous because I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I did not want to video record these podcasts. I wanted it just to be all audio. And then from research, I have found out that I won't do as good on YouTube if I don't have the video. So I am going to have to sit in front of the camera, which I did not want to do. But it is what it is. So my first couple of podcasts will probably be a little rough. I don't know if I'm going to have my music ready by then. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to video record my first couple or if it's just going to be audio. So it will be a surprise for you guys because it's going to be a surprise for me. This is something brand new. I have read so much. I've watched a ton of YouTube videos. I think I am ready, but who knows? That's why I haven't set a date. You know how that goes. You set a date for something and then all these little things pop up. You think you're ready and you're not. So I don't want to overpromise anything, but the podcast will for sure be out next week. I just don't know what day. I'm hoping I'll have some estate sale and thrifting videos for you guys next week. Again, today is what, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, and I'm starting to feel better. So hopefully I will be out of the house by Saturday. That is my goal. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I am going to start packing my whatnot orders, and I have like a few eBay orders. My eBay sales are kind of tanking right now, just because I've been sick. I haven't been very active on eBay at all. Listing and shipping is on the agenda today, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on my next video in a couple of days.